Alrighty then, welcome back to Transfer Review. Stephen Howson outside Old Trafford and Mancunian sunshine. Raining. Sound. It's not what I signed up for. I did a summer transfer review in the sun. I usually like to wear shorts. Sake. Anyway, first up, who are we talking about? We are talking today about Joshua Zirkzee. Now, you've all probably been doing all your little scout reports on him this week. That's not what this video is about. It's here for me to go, here's the player, here's the rumour, here's what I think, next one, right? Here's the player, Joshua Zirkzee. Here's what I think. Not convinced. I'm at like 3 out of 10 sort of territory with this one. There's a couple of people reporting that United are into him, and I think we probably are into him. And the release clause is nice and low, but I think that this could easily happen. But right now, it feels like a 3 out of 10. It feels like we're just sort of making our shortlists, doesn't it? Sounding people out. Remember that as a phrase. What's that mean? I went and sounded out the bar today, see if they had any lager. Right, so, Zirkzee. United. Could it happen? It could happen. 3 out of 10. Right, listen, I'm going to let you into a little secret here. The way my notes work in transfer review is whoever it is that normally compiles them, one of the unknown minions that we don't even name in the basement, right? What they do is they give me the news reports all under one player. So it'll say Zirkzee and then it'll be like 2 or 3 reports and that's it. And then I do all the rest of this shit off the cuff. There's no script on. I know you're not sitting there going, yeah, that's all scripted, because obviously it's not. But that's all I get. Now, today, Jay Motty's done the notes. And who the fuck does he think he is giving me scores out of 10? Jay says 5 out of 10. Why I say 3 out of 10? Because I do the fucking show round here and I don't follow no fucking scripts. Next up, Jean-Claude Todibo. So, just in case anyone's asked, Jay says 1 out of 10. Right, so Todibo, what's going on with Todibo? Now, I'm pretty sure we covered this already last week. What's the issue? UEFA rules are preventing Manchester United from signing him because United and Nice are both in the Europa League. Got you. But Salzburg, City, Red Bull, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know enough about that side of the regulations to tell you what's happening. Here's what I do know. United have lawyered up. Not like City, we're not in trouble. No, we're not in trouble, right? Not like that. Not like shit, get my lawyer in. I ain't saying shit on record at all, ever. Not like that. No, we've got a lawyer to see if we can join Loophole FC. Like Villa and Everton have just decided to do. By like, right, I'm going to buy this packet of crisp off you for £37 million. And then you're going to buy that packet of crisp off me for £37 million. And then we get to both put £37 million of income. But we've given this packet of crisp a 6-year contract. And we only have to pay for it across those 6 years. It's called creative accounting, Google it, right? Not like that, we're not doing that. But we're looking into the legalities of whether or not UEFA can actually block United from doing Todibo deal. Now, I think United are very interested in doing it. And guess what? That means Nice are very interested in selling him to us as well. Does that mean that a player wants to come? I don't know, but I imagine that we're United sitting on both sides of this fucking table, right? So I imagine that we don't sit down with a guy that we don't think wants to sign for us when we actually own all the other cards in the deck. That'd be mental, wouldn't it? United go and hire a fucking lawyer, go to Lawyer Town, speak to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, sit it down and they go, actually, yeah, United can sign Todibo, UEFA's anti-competition laws or whatever it is. I don't even know what regulation, law or rule that there is that they're trying to circumvent. And then Todibo goes, no, I don't want to leave. Couldn't you imagine? I can imagine, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, Jay gives it a 1 out of 10. Why is that fucking... Jay, if you want to come and do transfer review, come and do transfer review. I do the fucking scores, and I'm saying, we're not done yet. 2 out of 10. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Once upon a time, I'd have been really, really banging the drum for Dominic Calvert-Lewin as a Manchester United striker. I think he's a pretty decent package, in all honesty. I think he's a good player. Everton trying to not sell us Jared Branthwaite, which I'm with, and trying to find other ways to sort of pass their PSR regulations. basically selling somebody else. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin has become one of the assets that they're interested in selling. Amongst others, there's a couple of others that they're in the firing line as well. I saw that there was a link with Calvert-Lewin to Newcastle, which I was like, that's an interesting one. Back up for Isaac, maybe. And there's someone that's just decided to link Calvert-Lewin to United. I don't know if he's the sort of profile that we would go. Now, we've been talking about Zirkzee coming in as a backup, potential backup to Rasmus Højlund. It could even also be some level of competition with Rasmus Højlund instead of just pure backup to Rasmus Højlund. Calvert-Lewin, English tax, played in the Premier League for a long time, which means that he's become accustomed to a certain lifestyle tax, which means that his wages will be astronomical. I just don't see value in buying players from other Premier League clubs. There could be some value in it, trying to buy them when they're desperate to try and get around the PSR regulations, which I think, I could be wrong on this, but I think they've got till tomorrow to fix. So you're like, well, is he the sort of player that could find his form again at Manchester United? He does offer something different. I think I'm being led here by how I would feel about the player coming rather than how I feel this transfer is shaping up. Feels like an absolute non-starter to me. I'm going to give it a 0 out of 10. Disappointingly, that's all he is. Wow. Are they still on their holidays? Well, I can see someone sat there. They're not allowed to work from home now, are they? Hey. I get this from INEOS. They like to do a lot of their work in the shadows. Like Batman, if you like. Maybe. We only really found out about the managerial leaks. The Man United are talking to all these other managers. Once INEOS decided that they had to let the club know that they were potentially looking at replacing Erik ten Hag. And that's when all of the leaks came rumbling down like you'd gone to a Hollywood Bowl and just started smashing shit all over the place. Strike. I think that INEOS are capable of doing bits in the background. I think they're capable of identifying all their little targets. And I think the fact that we're only getting minuscule little tidbits of information is because there's like 20 different people involved in transfers. You've got your club, you've got the selling club, you've got different agents involved and all this just sort of shit. But I think INEOS are assembling their shortlists in relative quiet. And where it's become publicly known is because United have maybe inquired about how much the likes of Jared Branthwaite would cost. And someone on the Everton side has probably put it out there. United came in for a bid with Jared Branthwaite, kind of let everyone know we'd like 70 million for him. They've come in way under that. And then that stuff finds its way to the likes of Ornstein and then to the national media, blah, blah, blah. And then we end up talking about it. But I think that INEOS are doing a lot of their work in silence, just getting it done. So I do expect, hope, and would be absolutely chubbed up if we manage to just go, anyway, today's Monday, and here's your 5 new signings. How fucking cool would that be? Now, we're never going to get that. We are past those days. Past the days where 14-year-old Steve could be walking down the street, down Deansgate, in the summer of 1998, and like a 1940s movie, read all about it, Manchester United signed Dwight York for an Aston Villa, right? One of those things happens where the MEN used to actually be a respectable newspaper that had news in it. Find out that United have just signed Dwight York. There wasn't 18 months of speculation on Sky Sports News. There wasn't fucking tweets and scout reports and blah, 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 blah. They're just like, hey, stop what you're doing. We signed that guy. And it was fucking wonderful. And we lost something after that. Didn't happen no more. And Romano got a career out of it. It's not a bad thing. Don't hate the guy. I'm just saying. Simpler times, ladies and gents. Where you just wake up one morning and it's like, Manchester United have announced a record deal for Wan Sebastian Veron. And you go, oh my fucking God, yes! Right? Or Rooney. You know what I mean? Just bolts out of the blue like, morning, fucking have that. No, we don't get that no more. We don't get that. We're almost jaded by it. Like, who was excited when we signed Sancho, really? No one, because we'd had 18 months of playing footsie with a fucker under the table. What are we doing anyway? Outs. Right, yeah, outs. Marcus Rashford to PSG. Ben Jacobs talking about this one. Several people talking about this one. Marcus or his representatives or somebody on behalf of Marcus seemed to let it put out last week that he wants to stay. He spoke to the manager and this, that and the other. I don't think I'll put any weight in him in those comments. I think the situation is Marcus is a sellable asset, and I don't think he would stay against anybody's will. I think if the manager went, listen, I'm planning for life without you because you're a sellable asset, I think he'd shrug his shoulders and go, okay, and he'd probably leave. PSG seems the only viable option. I'd be shocked. I know Arsenal fans got themselves all lathered up when there was someone linking him to Arsenal. Lads, he's a good player. He's not going to Arsenal. PSG might be a likely destination for him. I just don't get the vibe. I'd be really disappointed if we did lose Marcus and he went to the Premier League. I could see it being PSG. Right now, I think this is pure speculation. So I don't even know if I can give it a 5 out of 10. I think 5 out of 10 is like, yeah, they're interested and he might go. I don't think we're at that stage. I think there is a possibility. So I'm hovering here between 2 and 3. And I don't know if I'm swayed by the fact that I think a change might do him good, you know. And I don't know if I just feel like maybe it's time United has run its course. Him and the fans used to be very close, and I can see a gap in between him and the fans now. And I think I'm letting that cloud my judgment. I'm going to go 2 out of 10. Mason Greenwood. So, he was going to Juventus, and then Juventus fans kicked off about everything that's happened in his life, and he's no longer going to Juventus. And they was like, anyway, what's that Sancho up to? We're not talking about that. Marseille are the next ones to appear on the horizon, interested in Mason Greenwood. It feels like a step in towards the sort of club that his ability should be representing. So it feels like the right kind of fit. The money's the money. Whoever it is that can put aside morality will get a bargain of a footballer. Yeah, I feel like this one's got legs. I'm going to say 6 out of 10. I don't think they're at the it's on the cards, should get over the line stage, but I think he's going, right? I think he's going. It's just finding which club's willing to take him and pay the money that United are after for him. And there will be suitors for that, I'm sure. Wan Bissaka. Now, the Times are running with something very interesting, actually, which is Wan Bissaka to West Ham or Fenerbahce. I think what you read between the lines here, Wan Bissaka's going somewhere, we just don't actually know for sure where. West Ham makes a lot of sense. He's from the area, or near enough. London's a big gaff, I get you. People are like, he's not from Stretford. Oh, shut up, he's from fucking London, you know what I mean? So that makes a lot of sense, as far as I can see. West Ham are going to lowball the shit out United, because that's what they do. But I think United probably be happy to move on and draw a line under that transfer. I can see it happening, to be honest with you. I think this one's probably got a little bit more legs. I'm gonna score Wan Bissaka leaving this window as an overall 7 out of 10. West Ham only 5 out of 10 though, because I reckon there's complications in it. But I do see him leaving this window. Lindelof to Everton. There's some people are reporting Lindelof to Everton as part of some sort of a deal that involves Jared Branthwaite, and others are saying that's a load of old bollocks. So. Make of that what you will. More next week, maybe, or not. That's such a complicated thing to just throw in there. I think with Everton's PSR regulations, getting Lindelof in, he's not a bad defender, to be honest. He's just not Manchester United level. On one hand, I can absolutely see Everton and Lindelof being a good partnership. I just don't know if United are going to go and pay what Everton want for Jared Branthwaite, nor should they. And if that's the key factor in why he would go, it's not a separate transfer where actually, yeah, we're interested in him. It feels like it hinges on what happens with Jared Branthwaite, doesn't it? So I reckon 2 out of 10, no more at the moment with Lindelof. Even though it makes a lot of sense he'd go there, just don't see the links there yet. Oh, and a bit of breaking news. Hey, you thought we were done with the ins, didn't you? So did I. Well, Jay's just texted me, and I've got another couple more here for you. So one is Morata to United. So some random website called, bear with, Saga, whoever they are, and I have no idea on the legitimacy of them. So if this is another absolute wind-up, don't blame me, blame Jay. And I've done zero research into this whatsoever, but the fact that the website is just Morata to United, what year is it? 0 out of 10. And Ugarte to United. Now, this one does make a lot of sense. The price seems right, or the option of it being potential loan seems right. Like, I am in with that. I think that would kick... If United managed to get somebody in on loan of this sort of ability, it kicks down some of our own FFP, PSR regulation commitments to next season, when we could maybe sell more players or get more sponsorship in, or I don't fucking know, cook the books. Seems like that's what everyone else is doing. I think he comes in and he starts. This one makes so much sense for the sort of player that we're looking for, but I don't see there being too much in the deal. It was kind of like popped up midweek and it's got a little bit quiet since. So even though it makes sense, I just don't see the links in him just yet. I think it's like a 2 out of 10 tops right now. Righty then, that was transfer review for the week. I'm not doing it next week unless it's sunny. It's in my contract. See you in a bit.